As we continue to ride the waves of informative and transformative discussions, Vuma FM, Adult Radio for the Young at Heart, we arrive at a topic that is not only crucial for our economic landscape, but also close to the heart of our nation's future. We are talking about injecting life and opportunity into the very soul of our country, indawo zasemakhaya. It is our rural areas. So it is with a great pleasure that I introduce to you our special guest for the evening, an innovator in the field of economics and visionary when it comes to developing indawo zasemakhaya. Mr. Gugu Xaba, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Makhanya, together with the Vuma FM listeners.
Siyabonga mfowethu nonkosi kwintokozo ukuthi sibekanye nawe namhlanje. Your initiative oyibiza ukuthi Operation Buyele Ekhaya. It's more than a concept, I say. I think it's more of a movement. Help us then, our listeners, enlighten us with what is it about, what sparked this initiative, and what exactly it entails.
Thank you so much, Mngoni. Operation Buyele Ekhaya is at the back of Amandla Umnotho, which is our economic development platform. And you would know that, Makhanya, many of us are born from rural areas in the country, even though there's been a shift in terms of urbanization as a phenomenon, where 65% of the people live in urban centers of South Africa. Even globally, that is how it reflects. But rural areas are left, therefore, brain-drained and impoverished many a times, because sikhuliswa kulezi ndawo bese sihamba siyoseva izizinda, places that are already well developed. Which is not a problem because people follow where money is and infrastructure and opportunities. But what we have decided to do as we sat down to look at a contribution here to Lanati as people who come from rural areas was senza kanjani ukuthi sibe ne contribution and create that trajectory and that path back into our roots. Ngoba lezi ndawo zasemakhaya mungabheka kahle ngengakha i-factory yokwakha ama-blocks. Ngayithola ngifuna abantu abazoba ama-off-taker. And mangifika ngithola iy'toro ey'onwa ngabantu bako-Bangladesh ezinkulu ezikwi-space sokwakha. And I found myself begging people who are foreign nationals who have taken this space kwanongoma. And bangitshela bathi it's opportunity galore here because lana abantu basemakhaya bayakha nesingisi sabo sangaze. And ngesho bagcina sebethi kumina abanganginika waleyo contract. And I sat down and said, this is sacrilegious. Ukuthi sithi singabomnsinsi wokuzimilela emakhaya manje sesihlezi at the back end of the economy. And that's what Operation Buyele Ekhaya is about. Ukuthi let's occupy the spaces of economies in our rural areas and develop them.
Nonkosi, abaningi nabazikangcono nongoti nabanye ozakwenu will say that rural development is a risky investment. Now, how does Operation Buyele Ekhaya mitigate this risk, and what makes it a unique opportunity for, let's just say, for a financial service provider?
Operation Buyele Ekhaya is not an island. It works within an ecosystem of socio-economic development, and I should dare add socio-political economic development. Uma ngobheka imqulu ebhaliwe about developing whether a policy framework of government and corridor linkages of rural areas to big economic centers of the country, it's there. There's three things that are lacking. Number one, it is implementation. Number two, it's implementation. And number three, it's implementation.
Lovely.
We want to be part of an active citizenry. Nama engineers, scientists, and all these places present Samakai. kunama-scientists nabantu abafundile nabantu abenza izinto ey'nkulu globally even and in big centers of South Africa, but abanayo indlela yokuthi how do they contribute back. So it's not in isolation to everything that is there in terms of development that should happen in those places.
Fair enough. Gugu, let's get practical. If I'm a rural business owner listening right now, what's the first step that maybe I should take to hop on to these opportunities you are talking about, and also that are presented by Operation Vuyelekhaya? And we also know, Guti, funders, they find it very difficult and skeptical to support people of our color, and especially if you do not have collateral. Wouldn't that also be a challenge or an obstacle for potential funders to come in to assist? So help us to understand this in a context yami ngumuntu othi mina ngiyakuzwa ukuthi ababuye laba but ngikhona ngihleli la.
Uyabona nje Makhanya, in terms of economic language, primary, secondary and tertiary sectors, whether you're talking agriculture, mining, we are talking value addition, which is manufacturing, as well as services. All of those things are found in rural areas. In the Makhanya, in a mining potential in Kulugabi, which if you then start extrapolating it, you are able to look at the entire value chain exploitation of those places. Where you kuluma ngelahle, ukuluma ngegolide, lezo ndawo zitholakala kakhulu emakhaya ngeke mine igolide edolobheni eGoli noma eThekwini.
True.
Two, uma uzokhuluma nge-agricultural potential, it's humongous. Kahle iy'nkukhu zesiZulu lezi abantu abazenza emakhaya yizona sikhuluma ngazo, asikhulumi ngento far-fetched, sikhuluma ngey'mbuzi, which is what we've been driving for many years. Today we've got entrepreneurs who are processing goat meat and exporting it and selling it locally. Sikhuluma ngama-gwins na sikhuluma nanoma ngayiphi, sikhuluma nge-tourism. Banongoma indawo yakwaNdwandwe, indawo ngikhuluma ngizokwenza isibonelo ngayo as an example. Kukhona isihlahla zakwaNdwandwe esikhona edolobheni. KwaNongoma as an example noma lapho eZululand district. Kwafa for instance kwabulawa inkosi yakamthetho uDingiswayo. Uyazi history. Ngwenzela that example as a uniqueness that you'll never find in Durban or in Johannesburg.
Tourism, right there.
The tourism aspect of that and the uniqueness thereof. Like all that in Seval manje, ngikhuluma ngendaba eSharpeville etc. Ngithi lento siyilontsha kaNongoma izoba umlilo wequbulo ozoshupha ngohango literally all over South Africa and Africa, because izobe ikhuluma nge-tacit knowledge and the comparative advantage that each area uniquely possesses. So these are things that we must unravel to move away from necessity survivalist type entrepreneurship to opportunity-based entrepreneurship. We must create those because we are the ones that we've been waiting for.
We're talking to Gugu Xaba, an economist who's helping us to understand the importance of going back to our roots, where we left our wealth, our land, our assets, and we chased economic hubs because it's Funupila. He's helping us then to say Operation Vuyelekhaya. Masibuya sibuyela kuyena, so esikhuluma about more ukuthi ke thina ke sihlala emadolobheni. How can we go back and try and reintegrate? Can you integrate, or you can only go back ngebhokisi?
Emthunzini 89.2 Vuma FM, adult radio for the young at heart.
It's all about the money.
Abantu abasebenza bayahluphekela guys. Angababona bageze ekseni bagcoka ama reflector ama overall abo Eskom municipality labantu bayahluphekela abana next. Ubabona ngekhaftini abaziphatha ukuthi labantu laba badonsa kanzima la. Badonsa kanzima. Ngiyaphatha ibribe emhlophe ne-rice. Limhlophe ne-rice ne-cabbage isikhaftini sakhe avala ngetamatos namayonnaise. Cabanga usebenze 30 days usebenza imali yakho mayingena 3 days ayisekho.
It's all about the money. With Nhlanhla Makhanya, only on Vuma FM.
Welcome back to It's All About the Money here on Vuma FM, adult radio for the young at heart. Igama lami nguNhlanhla Makhanya. But now Monday to Thursday. Sikunikeza ke izinto ezikhala kahle, and I always say things that can hopefully make you smile all the way to the bank, business and personal finance. We have an opportunity, a lovely opportunity. We have the economist Gugu Xaba, who is taking us through Operation Vuyela Ekhaya. It's all about reversing the economic refugee trend and turning our Makhanya into thriving hubs of productivity. Now singathanda ukuthi bambe iqhaza ngokuthi ushayele ku 073 709 1991 sizuphawula kakho kanye ungashaya direct to 086 1010 300. Now Nonkosi, I guess mhlambe before ngikudedela uhambe for the dreamers in the city contemplating a return Vuyela Ekhaya to their roots and make a difference, as you are calling. How do you convey then the Vuyela Ekhaya message to them? How do you turn that flicker of interest into a flame of action? Because ibalekile ngihlezi nami ngikhala ukuthi siyakhala siba ngo 2040 square meters la elokishini, yet we've left so much land laying foul.
Yeah, mhlawumbe ngingakusho nje Nguni ukuthi we are not outnumbered as black people, particularly for us who come from rural areas, but we are unorganized. Cross-pollination of ideas from rural areas to the urban centers is very important. We need to make sure we bring these ideas back to home where we come from. I've just come back from Dubai as an example. I was talking to some people about what if you've visited Dubai, you'll see a wonder of the world, because how can people turn a desert into a marvel like that? And today they are even making rain fall because this technology try cloud seeding, and they are busy building an island inside the sea. And by the way, people don't know that it's mainly South African engineers who are doing that over there.
Amazing.
Many of them are black.
Amazing.
So what is important, those people, we need them to go back to their to our rural places. Let's work together, because when we are saying Operation Vuyela Ekhaya, we are not just talking rurality only. We are talking rurality, semi-urban areas and townships. Because Emma Township is quite lapo inene. But moya la emakhaya sihle udeda ngendlela 5 hectares indawo zamakhosi. Amakhosi noma beka abantu bawubeke ngendlela ezokwazi ukuthi bashiye some small industrial space ozowakhiwa kuzona, gated estates that are going to be uniquely positioned, and people from the cities are part and parcel of that, so that we can have conversations with consequences driving our own economic development.
Now, it's clear, Xaba, that your passion and expertise I'm feeling them already. They are very much infectious, and it's clear that Operation Vuyela Ekhaya isn't just an idea. It seems like a blueprint for the future. What's your call then to all our listeners right now who are what are you saying to us?
Siyilontsha ehlalankosi Nguni ngoLesihlanu 15th of March from 8 o'clock to 4:30. Siyilontsha ehlalankosi ngoba isizinda lapho kukhona khona ngisho isilo, kuzobe khona unduna enkulu kaZulu ekhuluma namakhosi neinduna, nama-professionals, even nama-engineers. Last year with Ubaba Uphalele Khutla, I was honored to come and inaugurate the Engineering League of Progress, driven by our own black engineers, because we need those skills. They will be there. We'll be talking property, we'll be talking all sorts of things, but more so, speaking to them, ngoba sobe sine blueprint esobe siyakha bese sihamba ngayo kuyobe kuchitheka uphoko sisebenza ukudevelop indawo zethu zasemakhaya. Abantu abathende khona ngoma enongoma gardens eMcebo ku 350 nje kuphela ungena nakhona just to cover the cost. We're not making money out of that. We're helping to cover the cost. So all engineers and people who are interested, even in ICT space, come and be with us.
Nonkosi, as a professional, I'm already interested, because it calls for professionals to go back there and develop and redevelop indawo zasemakhaya and sihambise lo mnotho esithi sizowakha ngapha emadolobheni. So what is it to expect in the next let's just say I'm giving you 2 minutes. What is it that I should expect makuthiwa ngiyabhalisa, and where do I bhalisa ukuqiniseka ukuthi ngiba ingxenye yalo mhlangano okanye le nkonfa enkulu kangaka?
What we expect, Mnguni, there will be people speaking there. We'll be facilitating a proper discussion. It's going to be discussions and conversations with consequences. We've got our engineers, we've got we've got abantu abama professionals who are coming from abroad, from Germany as well as from Zimbabwe, who will be bringing in medicinal herbs. We were in Germany last month to gather ama off-takes abantu basemakhaya abafuna ukutshala ama-medicinal herbs, abafuna ukutshala the bamboo, abafuna ukutshala the moringa, and all of those types of things. Abafuna ukukhulisa inkukhu. We'll be having discussions that is all rounded, ukuthi wonke umuntu azwele abone ukuthi angakwazi ukubamba ilokuzana iqhaza ekuthena thuthukisa umnotho wasemakhaya. So that's what people should expect as we coming on Friday.
In closing, and one more time, where do we get to access this information? There was what is register and this is attend, because I'm also looking forward to it now.
amandlaomnotho.co.za is our webpage. Ikhona futhi kuamandla omnotho Facebook page. Na kwi-timeline yami lapha ku-amandla omnotho. Na ugugule to Xaba kwi-Facebook. Nenombolo yethu abanga-WhatsApp yona 808 33 011 825 or 833 they can WhatsApp it and then we'll send them my details.
Gugu Xaba, an economist, and to our listeners, that there is the kind of conversation that stirs the pot of progress. Mr. Xaba, thank you so much for your time.